Okay. Okay, hey everyone. This is part 2 of my simple development app for the following. Whenever summer comes around, whenever I'm walking or hiking, there's heaps of animals. In particular, I see heaps of butterflies. I kind of want to know what they actually are instead of just going, that's a butterfly, that's an orange butterfly, that's a yellow butterfly. No, I want to actually name what they are. So I'm just in these streams developing from scratch in Zig, a simple app that I can use to teach myself these things. Yeah, as before, I'm doing it from scratch because I think it's the best way to learn something. I want to learn Zig for a lot of reasons. And also existing infrastructure is likely going to fail. I could use one of heaps of websites that exist to do these things with probability 100%. In 10 years' time, these websites won't be working. But if I develop my own thing from Zig, in 10 years' time it will work, and then I can continue to adapt it, etc. Okay, so when where did we get to last time? We got to this last time where we just put a bunch of rectangles on screen, all of these are center aligned, and then did mouse input. So now I want to figure out, in this app I'm going to be clicking on buttons, so we need to make those buttons. So in particular, I need to figure out when a mouse click actually occurs in one of these buttons. We'll start by working on that. It should be fairly simple. I'm going to avoid doing some general library for shape detection since it's not needed. In this case, every button is exactly the same, and even if we do need to adjust it, it's easy to adjust it later on instead of thinking of some abstract version now that we won't do later. Okay, so let's go where we went off yesterday. Make this full screen again. So yeah, we want to determine when the mouse is hovering over a button, and then you register when it's clicked on it. So yeah, this is giving us the mouse position, and then we want to, and then converting this. I think yesterday I converted it into the relative coordinates, but I think we won't actually need to do that. So we can just store each of these in terms of their pixel coordinates. And yeah, we need to determine whether or not a rectangle has been hovered. So we can just, we may as well just store these as like booleans in some fixed array. So we can say, let's say, variable, we're going to be, yeah, variable rectangle hover, wants to be the type bool, and initially we'll just set this to heaps of falses. I'm sure there's some Zig way of setting all of this to with a single false, but I'll leave this to begin with. So now we need to actually do our detection algorithm. So we've determined what all of the positions of these buttons are here. Okay, looking at the, I'm just going to rewrite this code a bit since like the 1, 1 and the 1, 2 here, I kind of know what this represents, but it could be represented easier. We'll just say like constant top left button pos 1, 2 is the top right, button 2, 1 is the bottom left, and 2, 2 is the bottom right. Let's make all of these pos. And then I think actually above here there's some redundant checks because, okay, yeah, say we've calculated the x position of the top left button. The x position of the bottom left button is going to be the same as well. So in fact, I can just rewrite this and say this one here is going to equal the this button up here. And again, like while I'm at it, let's just get rid of all of this 1x stuff. Top left button pos x is this. Then we can say 1y is again top left pos y. And we want to say the bottom left button and the pos x of that is just going to be the same as the top left button pos x. Bottom left button pos y is this one we will need to calculate. But then for the other ones we may be able to calculate the other ones relative to each other. Okay. Okay. 2-1 is the bottom left. Okay, I've already started. I think I've already started mixing some things up. Okay. This way it makes sense just to name things in a sensible way to begin with, and then you avoid redoing this. Okay. So yeah, 11 is definitely the top left. And actually, instead of like pos x, y, we'll just call it x and y. We know what these are. The 1, 2 is the top right. Two 1 is the bottom left. And then 2, 2 is the bottom right. Okay, and now what's the best way of like laying these out? I feel like actually just laying these out in terms of the x followed by the y's is kind of easiest. So let's copy and paste these ones, or really cut and paste. And then yeah, once we have the top left x, that's the same as the it's not the same as the top right, but it will be the same as the bottom left. And then the bottom right will be the same as the top right. So now we just need to define what this bottom right one should be. It should be this. Because yeah, we're saying take the center, add half the space to it, add the width to it. Let's make this full screen. Similarly, we can simplify this stuff over here. So let's see, the top right y we need to calculate, and then these, like the top left and the top right are going to have the same y coordinate. And likewise, the bottom left and the bottom right will have the same y coordinate as well. So then the top left button position is just the top left of the x, and then the top left of the y. Come on. And then yeah, likewise for all of these ones here. Okay, so at least, okay, we've cleaned this up a bit. Hopefully it will compile as expected. Apparently not. What did we do in here that's wrong? No need for an equality sign for that. What? Okay, let's just check out the documentation for the array syntax again. The fixed arrays, what is it? Did we not just have before for Boolean enter? Okay. We might get a compiler error because we're not actually using this variable yet. Yeah, let's clean this up. This is the bottom right, this is the bottom left, this is the top right. And yeah, these are the positions. What's the... wants us to use this. Okay, as we had before, but now it's at least more sensible, easy to read. Okay, and now let's go back to our mouse input stuff. But before we do that, let's rearrange this a bit. Okay, so all of this like button position stuff we do doesn't actually need to be we can begin drawing in this part, and then yeah, for all of this stuff we do it after we've determined these positions. Okay. Okay, so now we just want to determine if the mouse is in each of these buttons, and so since these buttons have constant width given by all of this information, this should be very straightforward. So we can just say for 0 to 3. We'll have to check the Zig syntax again for loops, but let's run with it. I think I need to give this a name though, right? So in that range, call these indices I. We just want to say rectangle hover I is equal to whether or not this mouse position is in it. And so let's see, mouse pos. We want to just check if the absolute value of the, since this is a rectangle, deciding whether a mouse position is in a rectangle is really simple, right? It's just, is the absolute value of the distance between the, is the absolute value of the x distances within the center, is the absolute value of the y distances within half of the radius? If so, it's fine. So So let's subtract from this the mouse position, and then half of the what's the best way of doing? Let's do this from like a. If we're going to iterate this over an array, we should actually put all of these together in an array as well. We can say button positions is, how does this work? To F32, and then this one, this one, this one, and this one. So once we've got all of those positions, we can actually rewrite all of this code. So we can put this in another for loop as well for oh, actually no. We don't need to index this array. We can actually just name the array. So we can say for everything in the button position, call it pos. We want to draw one of these centered rectangles at the position, and then that will be it. I seem to have forgot a here. Something wrong with the index. Let's just ignore that for now. Let's check this is. We'll come back to this. We'll continue getting this to work. So yeah, now it's in a loop. Yeah, for this, okay, likewise here, we do want to iterate over the positions, but we also want to keep track of the index, which we can do in Zig. The thing is, yeah, how do you do the two indexed loop in Zig? That's what I want to do. Where's the for loops? Oh yeah, it's this stuff here. So it's, come on. This is the state of Firefox. You zoom in on something selected and it takes you somewhere else. So we go. So we're saying button positions and then the index. And then the position, and then the I, okay. So then we're saying, yeah, set rectangle hover equal to, yeah, the absolute value of the first position minus the mouse, yeah, the difference of the x coordinate and the absolute value of the difference of the x coordinate of the mouse and of the center of the rectangle. And we want this to be greater than or less than the button width. Okay, I nearly forgot. In Zig, you don't use the double and. It's this one. And then the absolute value of the y positions here, and the mouse position in 1 as well. Let's make that full screen again. And then yeah, we want this to be equal to the button, less than or equal to the button height. Okay. And then yeah, if this is satisfied, it should the rectangle should be fine. So then let's just check that we're not doing anything silly by just printing what these button positions are again. I mean, these rectangle hover positions. And I think I need to do that. Okay. Give this a go. Okay, we need to figure out how to do absolute values in Zig. How does this work? And it does it for any type. Great. So all that was missing was an @ symbol, I think. Okay, and this is apparently invalid. Why? I'm not seeing why this is not working. Do I need to import something for this? I mean, I could rewrite this line by converting this absolute value into like 2 ands, but this seems like a ridiculous way to get around this. Let's just figure out how to do this. Oh, come on, this was really silly. Because it's meant to be built in, right? Why does it say ABS is invalid? Like, it's literally here in the documentation. Okay, let's just take out the bring out the LOM. How do I use abs in Zig? Yeah, like what's yeah, I'm super confused. Like what should we do? This is ridiculous. Let's do let's just create some temporary file so we can actually just see this. Try and isolate what's going on. Let's just copy like a hello world example here. Okay, and then instead of printing out this, we're going to print out hello of a number. So we say constant x is equal to absolute value of -1. Dude, Emacs, what is happening, Emacs? Save this. I don't know why Emacs is throwing a tantrum at this point. This is ridiculous. Whatever, we'll just ignore it. I'll ignore that. Okay, so let's just go back into this tab and run this one. Again, okay, what? Dude, what's going on? Again, do I need to like import something in order to, all of this is under 38 and this is meant to be a built-in. Like what on earth is happening? Let's just zoom out. What is... Like this is a super annoying part of the Zig documentation. This should really be fixed. If there's like 38.64 in front of something here, when I go to the table of contents, which is here, there should be like number 38 next to these things, so I can actually know under what these things are under. Like I guess here it's under built-in functions, but it's a bit annoying. Yeah, I don't, like, what the hell is going on here? I don't, yeah, I don't get it. Does it need to, like, surely this doesn't need to be like a comp time variable, yeah. Okay, there's like one last thing we can try before I go to Discord and try and figure out what's going on. This is so silly. Yeah, I don't see absolute value function being used in any of these Zig links. Like, what on earth is going on? I don't... It says ABS is an invalid built-in function, and in the documentation, it's here. Like, what the hell's going on? Do I need to tell it what the type of it is? But okay, let's say like it's now 2, and then we're now taking the absolute value of x. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. Okay, so it looks like this, that it used to only accept, it only used to work for floats. Yeah, we're gonna ask about this on Discord. But look, this is what happens when you use a new programming language. It's yeah, this is really annoying. One last try. Maybe this will hear it. Okay. And yeah, let's just get rid of Emacs while it's refusing to get rid of the create directory nonsense. Okay. Okay, so we're not allowed to use absolute value function that's in the documentation, apparently. That's great. So let's just do function absolute value. That is going to do what? Take in something. What's the? You know, like screw it. We'll just do the easy dumb way. I don't want to use like a bajillion ands in order to do this condition. I just. Oh, God. Like really, okay. Let's just add in a to do. Figure out. Okay. We can also have a look through the Zig mathematics library and see if there's some other dumb way of calling this absolute value. Like the last thing I want to do is like add some like unnecessary bit hacks in here, or just do like an if this reverse the sign. Like adding in a branch like that is not acceptable, and having to like bit hacks when this is meant to be built into the Zig language feels really nasty. Okay, so let's just figure out where in the Zig library this would be. Okay, so if we're doing absolute value functions in math. So it's just in standard math, okay. Again, it's like I think I'm getting annoyed by this because in Odin it's just ABS brackets and it just works. Like all of the basic things functions in Odin just work, and it's not working in Zig, which is really pissing me off. So yeah, why is it doing all of this like F approximation everywhere? So there's like, yeah, it's, I don't. we're just gonna go back to this and just do the ridiculous way. This is so silly that whatever, like, we tried. Figure out what the function is happening with and why it's refusing. Okay, so this absolute value function, literally just taking this. There's some bit hack way of doing it. Again, whatever. Yeah, if this thing is greater than or equal to 0, return x, otherwise return negative x, whatever. Okay, it's just so silly. I'm not using something, what specifically? But we really should be using this top right button. Okay. So copy past debug that the compiler caught. What about line 81? Expected 2 vector elements found 4. Okay, good. It caught another another error. So really we want this to be this array. What's the best for readability? I guess that's better. Expected I32 found F32. Okay. And again, I know there's some way of doing this generically with types. We're learning Zig. I'll get to it eventually. Value of type F32 ignored. Like what? Or non-void. I don't know what this compiler is telling me here. Or non-void values must be used. This error can be suppressed by assigning a value to that. Like what? Maybe it's this syntax again. How do you do these like ternary statements again? There's some way of doing this. Oh, I see. So we just want to say return if that, what's that? Okay, so again, a one of these format string things is failing. Can we do like any in here? Okay. Hey, it's working. I'm not complaining. And okay, better yet, now we can actually see the detection's working. Like, this is the first index. We're seeing a tree here. Seeing a true there. The trues are appearing in the places we want. Okay, good. Okay, so this is fine. No need for that anymore. So let's change the colors. How are we going for time? Like, I feel like the last half an hour has just been this ridiculous stuff. I'm really pissed off. We'll figure it out. And then, you know, as in, I will post it to Discord, and then Discord will figure it out for me. We want to change the color. So now when we're drawing, let's assign a color to all of these things. So we can say button background color is, let's say it's gray to begin with, and then no need to create a separate variable in here. We'll just set it here. We can say constants button color is equal to if the rectangle hover is true, then make it color red. Otherwise, make it gray. Actually, having to do all of this like rl.color is really annoying me. This will be changed very soon. Okay. Oops, and then we have to remember to actually use this color. Hurrah, it's working. Like, okay. Something's off with the logic. That one there is not, that's clearly incorrect. Okay, let's figure out what that is. Yeah, wait, what's happening? Okay. Also too, right, like, it's not meant to be red when the mouse is here. So something's off with the Y coordinate. And then, oh, okay, we're silly. We forgot to multiply everything in here by 1/2. Okay. Because, yeah, since we're just doing the kind of the semi-radius of these things. Okay, now it's actually behaving the way we want it to. Great. Okay. And now let's change the color so we're not typing out rl.color for stuff. Constant red is equal to raylib dot color dot red, and gray is gray. I'm just wondering if I should just do like a write something saying these are colors, but I don't think there's any need to do that. Okay, let's get back to. Okay, let's just do a replace now. So we want to replace everything in here with just gray, except for that one. So yes, yes. And likewise, let's replace everything in here with, no, that's not what I said. Okay. Okay, now this is working. Let's just save it before more catastrophe happens with regards to built-in functions that are not actually built in. I'm gonna have to adjust the heating as well if the cough if the air continues to make me cough. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that now. Made like added button cursor. Okay. I'll be back. Okay. Okay, so now that the heating is going down, we now just want to do it so that we want to detect if a button has been clicked or not. So, let's just create another array for this. So we can say look, instead of rectangle hover, it should really be like button hover actually. So let's just change that. Rectangle. Okay. And then button clicked. I call it that. And it's not really calculated, it's more like and then we want to detect when any of these buttons have been clicked. So we're going to have to pull out the raylib cheat sheet again. And we want to do what an is mouse button down. And yeah, there's this press button, but it's going to be doing weird things. It's easiest if we just every frame calculate if the button is down or not, and then compare it to see if it was not down in a previous frame. Okay, so what is it? So what's this int? Like what are we meant to be passing into this? Okay, we'll have to look up what this function does. So let's see, if we go to raylib zig, where is this? Okay, and then we want to make this raylib zig was it? It was like is mouse button pressed. Okay, this isn't. Okay, an rl.mouse button is what the type of this is that we want to find. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so we want to go into here, and it was, what was it? Okay, yeah, and yeah, we do want it to be the left mouse button. Okay, see these defaults were sensible. So how do we do this part? So say it's not going to change. The mouse down is equal to, what was it, is mouse button down. Like I wish like this should be an enum. Like this should really be an enum called like left button. It's annoying me that this isn't. Okay, it is. Okay. Okay, rl.mouse. Okay. And then this is something which we, at the end of the drawing frame, we want to set something that was set last frame down with it. So we could say mouse down last frame is equal to mouse down. And then we're going to have to define this. My window was slightly down, so there's a lapse in the air quality. Let's copy this, and before the main loop, let's set it. Let's say it's going to be false initially. Okay. Okay, and then here we want to, yeah, we just want to determine if a button has been clicked or not. So just move it. Let's move it here. So we want to say, what do we want to say? It's going to be clicked if, well, yeah. If it was not down the last frame, if it is down this frame, and the mouse is in one of these buttons. So, so how do we string that up? Just want to say, just want to say for I in 0 to 4, button clicked is equal to button hover I and mouse, well, and not mouse down last frame and a mouse down. Okay. And then let's do another color selection. If we click it, let's make it yellow or something. Okay, so let's do constant yellow. Let's just move right here. And then come on. I was just trying to get back to where I was. And then where are we again? Here. And then I guess for the button color, we should actually switch it. Do I want to remember how to do switches in Zig? Yes, because that's what we're here to learn. How do we do switch handling again? Okay, so we want to say constant button color is equal to switch. Well, there's a couple of things going on here, right? I think I get, so, okay, in Odin you can switch, okay, one, I want to use a switch here just instead of a bunch of if-else statements. And at least in Odin, you can do an empty switch and just have all of the cases, which is what I want to do here. I think we can do an empty switch in Zig. I guess we'll find. The compiler will tell us if we can or not. So we'll just switch over something that's always true. And then we want to say, if it's the case that the button if button clicked is true, then return yellow. Otherwise, if it is down, but hasn't been clicked, otherwise it would have been activated in the previous one, red. And then else send it to gray. And okay, hopefully this works. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah. Seven. Unidentified button down. Yeah, what we really mean is button hover. Unable to evaluate comp time expression, button clicked I. Okay. Like we didn't say what the type of it was here, so the compiler is assuming it's comp time. No, it's still, what's going on here? Why does it think this is comp time? I haven't used comp time anywhere. What's the implicit rule I'm using? It's nothing to do with this, is it? No. like, surely this will also give me a compiler error saying it's going to be constant and doesn't need to change. Yeah. No. Oh, this didn't do anything. It's still saying it wants it to be. It's thinking this is comp time. Like what? Why? Off-range in this runtime due to this command. Due to this operand. Like. Why? Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, Deagle50. The increment is runtime. Can't use it on the left. The left side must be known at comp time. So yeah, the increment is runtime. Yeah. So I can't use it on the left. Oh, okay. I was just in like total Odin programming mode where I think in Odin the things on the left of the switch can actually be done at runtime. Okay, this is really helpful to know. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to convert this to the if or else statements then. But that is okay. So we can say what's the best way of doing this then? Yeah, let's just say the button color is going to be equal to if the button is clicked, button clicked, I make this yellow. Otherwise, if the if it's hovered over, make it red. Otherwise, gray. Okay. 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 What's happening? What's happening with the parentheses? Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much, Deagle50, for that hint. Okay. Let's actually check this is working. Great. And then I don't know if Twitch is picking this up, but at least on my monitor, when I click once, it changes color a bit. Some of these clicks don't seem to be working though. So yeah, sometimes they're working and then sometimes they're not. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah. Okay. Let's just think about the logic of that then. Could it be something with the frame rate? No, we set this to 144 last time. Yeah. I don't know what this defer I'm drawing here means. It may just be a display thing. I still know. Actually, to make sure there's nothing logically going wrong here. Um, let's just like print out a debug message if something was actually clicked. So we'll say, okay, we'll say if button clicked I. Let's just print out, yeah, this string, and we can say, I don't think there's actually any need for me to write that. We'll do 2 arguments actually. Button clicked, and then the index of it. Okay. What? Why is this throwing an error now? Very confused. Expected comma after initializer. What? Okay. Something silly with syntax. Oh no. Oh, I see. Okay. Forgot an extra bracket, that's why. Okay. Nope. Okay. How does this format string stuff work again? Just print it as... Okay, it did want this to be a string. Okay, let's just stop some of the spam of these error messages. Okay, let me mark this as debug. That one we can get rid of. We don't need this anymore. Okay, so yeah, even though it's not printing to the screen, we're still actually it's on my screen anyway. It's not always blinking yellow, but at least as soon as I press this, they are coming out every time. Okay, cool. Okay, again, let's just save what we've done. Yeah, detected when buttons are clicked. Let's just call it again. And this is when we want to push to GitHub storage. The main. Okay. Okay. So now what do we do? We have. Oh, okay. Thanks, Teagle, for some more suggestions. Yeah, if all your possible conditions are comp time known, you should switch over a tagged union or enum. Let's see. Yeah, I can totally see doing that. I guess, is there a particular case in this program so far you'd recommend for that? Like, at least for the for this clicking stuff, right? Like, we don't know like previously at conf time whether something's been clicked or not, but maybe there was another loop where or another switch which I could do that in. Yeah. Otherwise, let's now add in the kind of images. So, okay, how will this work? Yeah, so currently I kind of, okay, there's kind of two things we need to do next. We either need to render text centrally in these buttons, or we can start rendering an image for this rectangle up here. I kind of just want to get the image in first because, like, let's be honest, it's kind of more interesting than just the text related stuff. It will likely be a bit finicky, but yeah, screw it. Let's kind of do this. Okay, so from Butterfly Book, let's pick out something common. So I see this like this cloudless sulfur. So let's find an acceptable image on the internet to pull this from. Cloudless sulfur butterfly. Okay. This is correct. Let's see if there's some like public domain versions of this. And if not, we'll just have to copy down like the correct Creative Commons license for these. Oh, we can filter this. Are there any featured pictures of these things? Or some quality images of these. Was this waiting in line 7 ahead of us? Okay. Let's go back to Wikipedia. This doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be a stand-in, and later we can choose some good photos. This is pretty cool, but not a butterfly. Which one do I like more? I think I like this one more. Okay. Let's start copying and using this one. Okay, yeah. So you said, yeah, GUI event could be enums. You'll know it when you see it. Okay. Yeah, I might need to just, yeah, have a look at, yeah, I guess currently I'm just like struggling to think about how the the GUI events like themselves, right, are not like known at comp time, but rather like the data type might be on the, yeah. Maybe this will either dawn on me or I'll see an example in someone else's project where they're doing this. But yeah, okay. But thanks for sharing that. This is a good thing to keep in mind. Okay. Okay, so let's copy this. A decent resolution version of this to the project. Okay, save image as this butterfly quiz. Okay. I think it'll be easy to actually give all of these standard names. So we'll call this JPEG, but we'll need to like copy the appropriate attribution information. So let's make that. So let's just do image information txt. So we save this as one .jpeg, and we should copy where this is from. Oh, okay, actually, maybe I should just think. Okay, for the moment here, if we're just rendering the image, kind of who cares? But later on, we will need to, copy like the title. It would be good to have like a title of this, the exact license, the link to it, all of this other stuff. So what was this? What's the has Charles Sharp given us an idea of how to reference this? No. That's fine. And what's this license? CC. What's the abbreviation for this? CC BY SA 4.0. Okay. Okay. We have this. So now let's we can recover this whenever we want. Let's figure out how to import this then. Oh, and it was called like 0.jpg, not 1. I should probably just quickly put in some information regarding this. Yeah, details. About the, I should say like, all of the photos in this project have have either been released to the public domain or have a Creative Commons license. See the authors and a link to the original work and how do you spell license? Is it license? Like if you spelled it once before, you can just press tab to remember it again. Alt tab can be found below. Okay. Okay. Now back to the raylib part. So I want to get an image in here. Okay. Are textures image loading functions? No, these functions not require GPU access. Interesting. Okay. I could either figure this out, or we could just look online at a raylib example and just figure it out from there. Let's do that. Raylib examples. When the internet decides to load. Add this to the acceptable, the very few sites that are allowed to run JavaScript. And so like this kind of looks like what I want. We are drawing only one texture from various images composed. What's happening here? Okay, load imaging, cropping this. Okay, doing some transformations to it, and then how are we drawing it? Image drawer. Mm-hmm. So it's weird. This main loop doesn't. Why is this like drawing happening outside of this main loop? This is confusing to me. Maybe there's a simpler example. This one looks simpler. Oops. Open in new tab. That's what we want. So let's see. Okay, so it's loading some image. Yeah, and just to RAM like we want. I think like eventually when we make an executable, this will obviously be part of the executable. Okay. And then so maybe there's like a function called like load image from memory. Load image. Okay, there is. Good. So yeah, so we load this thing from memory, and then we don't yet care about the font. Draw text. No, again, we don't care about that. So then we're loading this as a texture. Okay. I guess with regards to if we're drawing this as a texture, we'll need to, we might need to like do some manipulation with the size of it to make sure it gets drawn correctly. Okay, but otherwise this is very straightforward. We might just end up using these, unless there's some other simple ways of doing this. I mean, yeah, this feels pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's kind of in cases where I previously had to do stuff with where I've just done stuff in OpenGL instead of using kind of raylib's hidden sort of OpenGL cores. It's been a lot more complicated than this, and so this is pretty nice, I think. So let's see. Okay, let's use this as a reference. Let's do this bit above, outside of the main loop. Butterfly image. And then that just so the image is like license. Let's just copy it. Can be found in what is it? Image information. Okay, and then how do we go? We go here. RL dot, presumably this is the type of it. Const. What is this? This was a cloudless sulfur. Let's just call it butterfly 1. This is just the first approximation. We'll refine the app later. Is equal to load image, and we want to do this from memory. Convert to loading from memory procedure. rl.loadImage 0.jpg. Let's even just check that this itself isn't going to give us, isn't going to whinge. But it is. Why? Oh. Didn't tell the compiler what the type was. Okay, we haven't used it yet, but otherwise it seems we'll continue on. And then we want to turn this into the texture, so we can say const the butterfly texture and this is, what's the type of it, raylib dot. So yeah, done this, ignoring that. Oh, wait, was this, where are we? Yeah, we're not doing that one. Oh, it's just this one here. Okay. So yeah, texture one. I want this to be a 2D texture. And we are loading this. Load texture from image. And I want this to be R1. And then what's this upload image? Once image has been converted, uploaded to RAN, it can be unloaded from I mean, it's not that okay. I guess at some stage we need to this is not going to be necessary once this is stored in the executable, there won't be any need to do this, so that's like we can ignore that. And then so yeah, ignore that one. Okay, so now we've got our texture, and then we just need to draw a rectangle with this texture on it. So then blah, 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 blah. Oh, it must be it must just be, wait, what's happening? Why is this like if the show font, like why is like in the else branch of this texture thing happening? Like if this is if this is where this image is being drawn, shouldn't that always be there? Dude, like in which part of this is like the actual, is the power being drawing? It's not it's not it's not immediately clear to me. Okay, so there's draw texture here. Okay, let's just look these things up. What's this draw text ex? Draw text ex. Draw text custom sprite font. Okay, so definitely not that. Okay, so it's either this one or this one, but both are, like, why is this one called with the V and this one not? Like, depending on whether this like show option has been this show font option has been selected or not. Okay, let's just draw texture V. Draw texture 2D or draw texture 2D with position defined as vector 2. Let's just go with like the plain simple one, and then yeah, we'll go from there. I'm just really confused that like we're not saying, hey, like let's use this like custom shader that is. I haven't used this part of raylib before, so this feels a bit weird compared to how it would be done in OpenGL, but okay. Okay. So in like the main begin drawing loop here, after we've drawn all of the rectangles, we then just want to say draw texture. And this time with the let's see, what do we even call these things again? Texture 1. So screen width. What are the arguments? Vec 2 with the position, and then like, what's this color thing doing here? I'm so confused. I am confused. Maybe another raylib example will just help actually illustrate what's going on. Like, I just want a raylib example with the photo, not with any of the font, please. Just the photo itself. That's all I care about. I guess this one maybe, but even so, it's like just simple raylib examples, please. Not. I don't want to see 4 things being done at once. I just want to see a single thing being done at once. It's easier to understand this way. Okay, this seems to be assuming this character is like Fudisumi. This seems to be a simple way of doing it. Okay. So let's see. Image. Load this thing. Oh, good grief. It's set as a texture 2D. Okay. Just like we've done so far as well. And then, okay, likewise this, I'm like, check texture, okay. And then, okay, so here's draw texture, some coordinates. Who knows what that is, but we'll just use white as well. Something, raylib.color white. And then these coordinates are doing what? Plus x plus y. Okay, so maybe it's just drawing the entire image without scaling or anything. Like this feels so weird. Like if you're actually doing like font rendering or something with other textures with OpenGL, you're just like draw a rectangle, but it's just when you're drawing this rectangle, use the texture. This raylib seems to be hiding a lot of things, but okay. We'll do the screen center. Okay, oh, we even have the image center, right? So we can just say image center. But for the image center type here, it's the vector 2, but they want, what does raylib want? Raylib just wants 2 separate ints. So, and we're going to have to convert it from a float to an int as well. Okay, we'll deal with this later. Let's just check this is working. 500 and 500. Great. Okay. Not liking this. Raylib.zig has no member named image. Okay. Pretty sure it did. Does it have to be capital image? What's the type here? Okay, no, let's just do texture. Let's just search the function that we're calling, because I will have to have it. So if I do load image, this should have it. Okay, raylib.z. Yeah, raylib.zig. Try again. Raylib.zig load image. So yeah, so this is the one we're going to want to use eventually. Okay, and the type is capital I image. Good to know. Like we're gonna have to just write our own bindings. These are kind of nonsensical. Okay. And then has no member name texture 2D. Let's just assume this is also capitalized. But draw texture is not capitalized apparently. So. Okay. Okay. Fail to load image data. Data is not valid to load texture. Okay. Fun. What is happening here? So okay, it was at least loaded successfully. Why does this say data format not supported? Does raylib not like JPEGs? Well, let's just see this cheat sheet again. Raylib load image documentation. Why is this throwing a tantrum? if we just go back to the actual documentation, where is it? Where can I just search like information about the specific functions? Okay, maybe if I actually go to the, instead of just the bindings, the core raylib library, that would do it. Okay, maybe not. No, this is not helping. Why are we getting a problem? Like, why can't, it says file loaded successfully, and then it's just saying, no, that we're not loading this image data correctly. Like, why? What is, what's going on? Like, was this one doing something different? This is annoying. This is really annoying. Like, what's the next step in which we should try and figure out what to do? Like, data format not supported. It's like, what's going on? Maybe if we go back to the raylib z, there's some of the related image stuff. Do struct image. Nope. Like there's one here called draw image. This looks like the one we should be using. But it's not in the cheat sheet. Like why? Why is this like draw image thing not here, but not this is curious. Let's just find out what this draw image thing is. Because I feel like this would be way easier. Hopefully this is something that could be way easier than whatever. This is what I'm more interested in doing. Yeah, we just have a pointer to an image, and then you just have a rectangle, and then you're just saying draw this stuff. Oh, this is inside a. Oh, so we can literally just call draw image on this. Okay, this is helpful. This feels already better than what we had before. Okay, so once we've loaded this, let's ignore this. Let's ignore that too. We now just want to do, what is it again? Butterfly1 dot draw image. And then maybe image draw is what this wants. Yeah, I'm not totally sure what these functions are doing. These are a lot of like, I'm not sure what this source rectangle and destination rectangle are doing. Maybe there's an example Zig project someone's done when they've used this already. So say image draw Zig raylib. Example. Okay, we might need to go to GitHub and just search. So how do we do this? What's this? How do you do this advanced search in GitHub again? There's some way of doing this. Just give me the option to filter on Zig files, please. Here it is. Okay, advanced search. So just draw image with this extension. Let's see. Really? Okay, so if draw image failed, maybe image draw will work instead. No. Okay. Yeah, this was unexpected. I thought in raylib drawing an image would be basically trivial, but it's proving not to be the case. This is really annoying. What to do? Let's see. We're already at what? We're nearly at 2 hours. No, this one's like, it's definitely very complicated. This one looks okay. This one's also doing some image stuff. This is again just doing this texture stuff. I guess this one's saying load texture from image instead. I guess we can do that. But that's exactly what we did up here though. Failed to load image data. Why? File loaded successfully. Data format not supported. Look, I'm gonna be so pissed if it's not loading it because it's like a JPEG. Let's just download something that's a PNG file. Was it Wikimedia Commons? Okay, we'll just do some basic. Yeah, let's just. Well, this icon, like any icon, is basically public domain. That's something that like this is clearly public domain. Call this test.png. Okay. Okay, let's see if this works. What is happening? 131. Unused local constant. Yes. Dude, like what is happening? Are you serious? Is raylib really not actually able to handle JPEGs? This would be outrageous if this is the case. This would be totally bananas. Okay. I'm gonna be so pissed if raylib can't handle JPEGs and at nowhere in this really basic cheat sheet does it state that. I'm gonna be so pissed. Okay, let's just do like something that is public domain and ends in a PNG. File type PNG. Okay. Great. Australia and Papua New Guinea locator. Whatever. Test 2. Okay. Let's see if this works. Okay. Okay, I'm really suspecting that raylib can't handle JPEGs. Let's the stream is going to be over if this is the case, because I'm just going to be pissed and I will send a ranty email. Okay. Fine. Now, now let's change it to a JPEG instead. Great. Here's okay. There's a bit of irony in using like Papua New Guinea for like PNG, but we're actually doing this as a JPEG. But you know, I think that adds to my point. No. Save it. Test 3. JPEG. Let's give this a go. Will raylib be able to handle this JPEG? And it can't. Wow, raylib isn't it an amazing library? Do you see in any of these error messages here that it says data format not supported? What if this said instead JPEGs are not supported? Wouldn't that be more descriptive and not waste half an hour of a programmer's time? Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. Indeed, as you noted, Helios. This what a basket case. This is a total. This is so ridiculous. But okay, we've now figured out what's wrong. Okay, so now we need to do ludicrously raylib does not support loading JPEGs. Not that they actually tell you this in error messages. So we'll need to figure out how to using, okay, we should be specific. Does not support using JPEGs as textures in the intuitive way. How to do this? I mean, next thing I know, I think what we're actually going to have to do is just convert everything to the quite okay image format, since that's actually sensible, unlike the gargantuan mess that is PNG and JPEG. And then just load everything ourselves, do everything the handmade way, because yeah, even when you try and build things from the ground up using features from people who have been featured in the handmade community, stuff like this happens. Anyway, let's end this by loading this. Get it back to the point where it's loading an image. This is fine. What do we need to add? We want to add this. We want to add the image information. We will eventually figure out how to deal with this JPEG. So yeah, we want to add this stuff to the project and forget the rest. Yeah, sort of got drew a .png image, but not JPEG, because raylib is totally bananas, in that it doesn't support JPEG usage in the same way that it supports PNG usage. Okay. For those of you who joined this totally banana stream where absolute value function built-in absolute value functions do not work, and you can have some code where you load a PNG file and it works, but don't think you can load a JPEG file in the same way. You're gonna get an error, and you're not gonna get told it's because of the JPEG file. Thanks for sticking with me, and yeah, next time I will figure out how to deal with this. Bye bye.